Summer is here and the cats have been enjoying the sun, so let's see what they've been up to. Welcome back to Jen's Jungle with Ebbie and Cleo the Adventure Cat, and this is our July 2025 Adventure Cat vlog. Now, I want to make sure I'm raising my cats right, so this month I decided to take them to church. The whole gang came, the 2 cats and the 3 dogs. This was a pet-friendly service, just for your information. We settled down and listened to the sermon. Cleo was very interested in everything that was being said. And everyone was on their best behaviour. Cleo looking super cute in her Sunday best. It was then time for a nice lazy Sunday afternoon at home. Let me know if you'd like to see more of my other cats. Then, to make the most of the sun, we headed out paddleboarding. This is lovely Dylan, my 12-year-old dog, and he's always loved paddleboarding. It is one of his favourite activities. He just does not stop wagging and wiggling his little butt. Then we thought it was time for Dora the puppy to try her first paddleboarding. She was a bit nervous at first, we just took it nice and slow. But once I was on the board with her, she catched up and she got more and more confident. I think she'll be a paddleboarding pro before long. But of course, this vlog is really all about the cats. So it was time for them to have a go. Cats are normally quite nervous around water, so we're taking it nice and slow, starting off by getting them used to the board with some treats before Ebbie decided he'd had enough and he went back to the tent. Then Cleo had a little go on the board. Being a Sphynx cat, we have to be careful in the sun, so she's rocking her sun outfit here. She wanted a little cuddle whilst being on the board, but that's absolutely fair. We stopped for a little bit and had a little bit of a snack in the tent. These liquid treats are great for the cats as it keeps them hydrated and fed. We then tried them out in the bag on the board to see whether they're a bit happier this way, and I think they did start getting into it a bit more here. It's going to take time to build them up, but I think they started to enjoy it. Ebbie, being the slightly more adventurous one out of the 2, was definitely up for it a bit more, and he started to get out the bag and have a little explore. I think he wanted to go paddling, but he's a bit too small to paddle. But here he is rocking on the board, and Cleo just hanging out in the bag. Then of course we had to have another quick snack, because you can't have too many snacks when you're an adventure cat, before having a lovely meal out to make the most of the sunny evening. Then this month we had a very special day. It was Ebbie's 2nd birthday, so I took him out on his own to do some birthday shopping. I always find it slightly odd now going out with just 1 cat, as I'm much more used to going out with at least 2 cats, if not 2 cats and 3 dogs. But it is nice having one-on-one time. It takes me back to when I first got Ebbie and he was a solo adventure cat. Anyhow, he wanted to check out every inch of the store and sniff absolutely everything. They did have a lovely selection of beds, but decided Ebbie does have quite a few beds already. Here he is trying to get under everything as well. And then of course he wanted to sniff out all the treats. We did pick him a few out for his birthday, but we will do a separate vlog on his birthday, so you'll have to like and subscribe for that. Then it was time to queue up and pay, and Ebbie was sat here very patiently whilst we were waiting our turn. Then it was time to head to another store just to make sure we got everything we wanted. They had a great selection of cat toys here, which Ebbie was loving. And then it was time for Ebbie's birthday trip. Now of course he wanted all his friends there, so the dogs came along too. And we headed off to our local little farm, which is one of our favourite places to go. They love seeing all the animals here. although this goose was looking a bit threatening. They all adored the little pygmy goat, which came right over and said hello. Ebby fancied a ride in the backpack for a little bit, and he's allowed to because it's his birthday, and we saw some ferrets and some rabbits. But I think Ebby's favourite was these little quail. These are little button quail and are absolutely adorable. We let Ebby say hello whilst being careful that none of them were freaked out by him. Always have to be careful with the cats. And then we had a little birthday play on the swing, which I think Ebby enjoyed. And then we had an explore around the gardens here. Ebby liked the koi in the pond. On for our next adventure, we got the gang in the wagon and we rode out. And we headed down to our local little festival. The dogs have been here before, and Ebby came last year, but this was Cleo's first year. Ebby immediately made himself at home. He had a new festival outfit for the day, which I think he was looking rather stunning in. We got a good spot, and it slowly got busier around us. And Cleo settled down on my lap, and Dougal just chilled. Then it was time to have a little look around, so Ebby jumped in the sling. Sometimes it's just easier to carry him so he doesn't get underfoot. He of course got lots of fuss, whereas Cleo just wants to chill and have a little afternoon nap. She is also all dressed up for the festival. Ebby then of course stole one of the chairs, but you know, he gets away with it because he's so cute.
I've lost all my faith in nuns.
He was so chill, even in the noisy environment. Nothing really bothers the cats. I think they just like being out and about. I think here Ebby just wants to get down and have a little boogie. They both then settled down with me, as I think they're a bit tired. We did do something else this month, but that is going to be a surprise, so like and subscribe to find out. Bye!